Alzheimer's disease is an irreversible progressive brain disorder that slowly destroys memory and thinking skills, and eventually the ability to carry out the simplest tasks. Recent estimates indicate that Alzheimer's may rank third, just behind heart disease and cancer, as a cause of death for older people. Alzheimer's is the most common cause of dementia among older adults. Dementia is the loss of cognitive functioning and behavioral abilities to such an extent that it interferes with a person's daily life and activities. Abnormal clumps, now called amyloid plaques, and tangled bundles of fibers, now called neurofibrillary tangles, as well as the loss of connection between nerve cells, or neurons, in the brain cell, are the main features of Alzheimer's disease. The damage initially appears to take place in the hippocampus, but as more neurons die, more parts of the brain are affected. By the final stage of Alzheimer's, the damage is widespread and the brain tissue has shrunk significantly. Memory problems are typically one of the first signs of cognitive impairment related to Alzheimer's. Vision issues as well as impaired reasoning and judgment may signal the very early stages of Alzheimer's disease. Mild Alzheimer's symptoms include getting lost, trouble with money, repeating questions, and personality and behavior changes. People are usually diagnosed in this stage. Moderate Alzheimer's symptoms include damage in the areas of the brain that control language, reason, sensory processing, and conscious thought. Memory loss and confusion grow worse, and there is trouble recognizing friends and family, and inability to learn new things and complete multi-step tasks. The person may have hallucinations, delusions, and paranoia, and may behave impulsively. Severe Alzheimer's symptoms include plaques and tangles spreading throughout the brain and the brain tissue shrinking significantly. The person cannot communicate and are completely dependent on others for their care. The person may be in bed most or all of the time as their body shuts down. Alzheimer's disease is named after Dr. Alois Alzheimer. In 1906, Dr. Alzheimer noticed changes in the brain tissue of a woman who had died of unusual mental illness. Her symptoms included memory loss, language problems, and unpredictable behavior. After she died, he examined her brain and found many abnormal clumps, now called amyloid plaques, and tangled bundles of fibers. These plaques and tangles in the brain are still considered some of the main features of Alzheimer's disease. In his lab, Gareth Howell and his team have uncovered evidence using mice that poor nutritional lifestyle choices may have a powerful impact in making us more prone to Alzheimer's. Howell is genetically manipulating mice to understand how unhealthy lifestyle habits trigger immune responses in the brain, leading to a cascade of events that may ultimately impair thinking and memory as in Alzheimer's disease. Using research on mice, Michael Sanser, Gregory Carter, and Gareth Howell were able to discover the specific genetic variant known as the APOE4, the E4 mutation of the apolipoprotein E. It is the greatest genetic risk factor for late-onset Alzheimer's disease, the most common form of Alzheimer's. Inheriting the APOE4 is associated with a 15 to 20% increase in the likelihood of developing Alzheimer's. There are two main treatments to Alzheimer's: drugs, which can help for a time with memory symptoms and other cognitive changes, and creating a safe and supportive environment which minimize memory-demanding tasks. Using the research about the APOE4 gene mutation and its impact on Alzheimer's, as well as new research about genetic manipulation, we can develop new technology to alter our DNA to remove this mutation to lessen the number of people who get Alzheimer's. Research about how unhealthy nutritional lifestyles can be a cause for Alzheimer's can lead us to develop better habits in our lifestyle so we can lessen our chances of getting Alzheimer's in the future.